Have you ever opened YouTube to just watch one video, and 3 hours later, you've somehow learned everything about penguin migration, ancient Roman plumbing, and the world's largest pizza? Yeah, me too. Now imagine this. What if your brain was a phone and all the apps were fighting for your battery life? That's what dopamine does. It gives you tiny hits of reward that keep you stuck in easy loops scrolling, snacking, procrastinating. But what if you could trick your brain to actually enjoy doing hard things? That's what I tried, and it worked freakishly well. So here's the backstory. I used to be one of those people who planned to do great things, learn coding, write, exercise, and instead ended up watching productivity videos about doing great things. The problem wasn't laziness. It was chemistry. My brain was basically a dopamine junkie, constantly looking for quick rewards instead of meaningful ones. Then I found something called the dopamine detox, a weird idea that said, what if you starve your brain of easy pleasure for a while? So it starts craving the hard stuff instead? Sounds painful, right? Yeah, it kind of is. But I tried it. And what happened next completely changed how I see motivation. Let's talk dopamine without turning this into a neuroscience lecture. Think of dopamine like a GPS for your desires. It tells you what's worth chasing. Every time you scroll social media, eat junk food, or check notifications, you get a mini dopamine ping. It's your brain's way of saying, nice. That felt good. Let's do that again. But there's a catch: your brain adapts. The more cheap dopamine you get, the less sensitive you become. Soon, things that used to feel rewarding, like reading, working out, or learning something, new feel boring compared to your phone's infinite highlight reel. It's not that you've lost willpower. It's that your brain's reward system has been hijacked by micro hits of pleasure. It's like trying to enjoy an apple after eating candy all day. So, what if we reset that system? That's what I decided to do, a dopamine detox. Here were the rules for 24 hours. No social media, no junk food, no music, no video games, no Netflix, basically no fun. Just me, my brain, and silence. The goal wasn't to eliminate dopamine, you'd die if that happened, but to stop chasing easy rewards. And let me tell you, the first few hours felt awful. My brain was throwing tantrums like a toddler. I'd reach for my phone out of pure habit, even though I knew there was nothing to check. That's when I realized how addicted I actually was to quick hits. My attention span was shorter than a goldfish's, literally. But around halfway through the day, something weird happened. I got bored. And I mean real boredom, the kind you forget even exists. But that boredom created space. I picked up a notebook. I started writing ideas, actual thoughts, not just tweets. I cleaned my room. I went for a walk without headphones, and my brain started talking back. That's when it clicked. My mind had been buried under constant noise. Once the noise stopped, it started working again. By the next morning, something wild happened. I wanted to do hard things. Reading felt exciting again. Writing didn't feel like a chore. Even exercise, which I'd been avoiding for months, suddenly gave me that same reward buzz my phone used to. It's like my dopamine system rebooted. Here's the science in plain English. Dopamine works on a contrast system, meaning it's not about how much pleasure you get, but how much change there is from your baseline. When you flood your brain with constant stimulation, your baseline rises. Normal life feels dull, but when you detox, your baseline drops, so even small wins start to feel rewarding again. That's why monks who meditate for years can find joy in silence, and why your first cup of coffee after a break tastes like heaven. The real trick isn't to eliminate dopamine, it's to control where it comes from. You want your brain to release dopamine when you do meaningful things, not mindless ones. So I started building a new system. Delay gratification. I don't reward myself instantly after tasks. Stack habits. I connect something fun, like music, only with something hard, like running. Track progress. Each completed task sacks a small dopamine hit from achievement, not distraction. Basically, I hacked my reward loop. And here's the real shocker. After a week of this, hard things became my new source of pleasure. My brain started to like discomfort. That rush I used to get from notifications, I started getting it from finishing a workout. The satisfaction I got from binge-watching shows, I got it from deep focus on work. It was like swapping cheap dopamine for premium dopamine. And the best part? The effect snowballs. The more hard things you do, the more dopamine your brain attaches to effort itself, not just the reward at the end. That's how people become disciplined. It's not willpower, it's rewiring. So what's the takeaway? You can't fight dopamine. You can only redirect it. If your brain's addicted to quick pleasure, starve it for a bit. Replace the junk hits with slower, deeper rewards, progress, growth, mastery. Start small. 1 day of detox. No phone, no dopamine candy. You'll be shocked how uncomfortable it feels and how clear your mind becomes. Once the fog lifts, your brain is plastic. It learns whatever you teach it to enjoy. So teach it to love effort. Because the hard things, the workouts, the books, the deep work, those are where the real high is hiding. So, what about you? What's one hard thing you've been avoiding? Try the detox and tell me what happens. If you like this breakdown, hit like so the algorithm gets its dopamine too. And if you want more science made simple, subscribe. Because next time, we're exploring how your brain tricks you back. Until then, detox your dopamine and start craving the hard stuff.